Sri Balaram. He's known by three names, especially Sankarshana, Rama, and Balabhadra. Sankarshana means he had the power to be attracted from the womb of Devaki to Rohini. So he's known as the attractor in that way. He's also known as Rama. Ramate Yogano Anante Satchiranda Yaratmani. He's known for giving pleasure to all the devotees and to Krishna. All the residents of Gokula. He's the highest pleasure giver. And finally, Balabhadra, because of his strength, so he holds up all the three worlds. And importantly for the devotees, he gives spiritual strength. In the Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada mentions that everyone has to have yoga balena, or spiritual strength, in order to be able to fix one's mind on Krishna, especially at the time of death. And so, the most recommended way is to repeat the name of Ram, Balabhadra. It's the same name in the Hare Krishna mantra. Prabhupada confirmed several times. When you're saying Rama, it also means Balaram. It eludes human intelligence because I always want to fix everything from the platform of my intelligence. But it's not possible. Even the greatest minds in the world remain entangled in the three modes of material nature. But if we take shelter of Balaram, Nityananda Balaram, same person, he gives us the spiritual strength to rise above the entanglements of the material world. It's the only solution to all problems. So on this weekend of Balaram Purnima, as we chant here today, we can take full shelter of the name of Balaram in the Rama. And remember as we're chanting that this is the Ashaudi, or the medicine through which we can, or it's a tonic, why we can become spiritually strong. And we'll talk more about that later in the Srimad Bhagavatam class. Shri Balaram ki jai, Shri Balabhadra ki jai, Shri Sankarshan ki jai, Shri Harinam Mahamantra ki jai, Gaur Premanande Haribo, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhara, Shivasari Gaura Bhaktabinda, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama,
Ram,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Ram,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Rama,
Ram
Rama
Ram,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram
Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Hare,
Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Ram
Rama, Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram Ram Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Rama,
Ram
Hare Rama,
Ram,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Ram, 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 Hare Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Ram, 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 Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Ram, 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 Hare Hare Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram, Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram,
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 Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare Hare
Ram, Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Rama Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Ram,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram, Ram,
Hare 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 Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, 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 Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram, Ram,
Rama Rama,
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram, Ram, Ram,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Rama, Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram, Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram,
Hare Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna.
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna
Oh,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama, Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram, Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Krishna,
Ram.
Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Ram,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram.
Rama, Rama Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama, Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Ram, 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 Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram, Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Ram,
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram,
Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram, Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Ram, Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Ram,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare, Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram,
Rama Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram, Ram,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram.
Krishna Hare
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 Ram,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama
Ram
Rama
Ram,
Rama
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Rama
Ram,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama Hare Rama
Hare
Rama
Ram,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
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 Ram, Ram Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Rama Rama
Ram,
Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama Hare
Krishna,
Rama Rama
Hare
Rama
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare
Rama
Ram,
Rama
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama Rama Hare Hare Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hare
Rama
Ram,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Rama Hare
Ram,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Rama Hare Rama Hare
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 Ram,
Hare
Ram
Rama
Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
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 Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Ram,
Rama, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Ram,
Rama, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Rama Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram
Rama
Ram
Rama, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Rama Rama,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare
Ram Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram
Rama
Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram
Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Krishna Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare Hare, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Oh,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare,
Ram Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare, Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Rama Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Ram
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Ram
Rama,
Ram
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram Ram
Hare Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram
Rama Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama, Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram
Rama
Ram
Rama, Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram. Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram. Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram, Ram. Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Ram.
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Ram, Ram
Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Ram.
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram. Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Rama,
Ram
Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Ram.
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Ram. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram.
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram.
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Ram.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Ram.
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram. Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna
Ram. Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Ram.
Rama,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Ram.
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Ram,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Ram,
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Ram, Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama, Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Rama Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Rama, Rama
Ram,
Rama, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare Rama, Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Ram, 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama, Hare
Ram, Ram,
Rama, Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Ram.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Ram, 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram, Ram,
Krishna,
Ram.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama, Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Rama Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram.
Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Sit
Krishna
properly.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram, Hare
Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram, Ram,
Rama
Ram.
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Rama, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram, 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 Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Ram.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Ram.
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Rama, Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram, Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama Rama
Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama
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 Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Rama Hare
Krishna,
Rama Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama Rama
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare
Ram
Rama, Hare
Ram
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna Hare
Rama
Ram
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Ram
Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama Rama,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Ram,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Ram,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Ram,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama, Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Ram,
Rama, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama, Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram,
Hare Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram,
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Ram,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Ram, Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram 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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
There's
Hare
a
Krishna,
story of
Krishna
Srila
Krishna, Hare Ram,
Prabhupada
Ram
at a
Ram,
pandal in
Hare Krishna,
Bombay.
Hare Krishna, Krishna.
It was the last pandal he did in 1977. And thousands of people used to come every night to listen to Prabhupada speak and hear the devotees chant, and other speakers presented also, like Bhakti Sri Damodar Maharaj. And one night, when amongst thousands of people sitting in the pandal, Prabhupada saw a person dressed in Arabian clothes. He was from Kuwait, and he had the full outfit of a Muslim from that part of the world. So Prabhupada called him up to sit on the stage right next to him. He asked the devotees to go get him and brought him up. And the man came and sat next to Prabhupada. Prabhupada gave him a seat of respect. And Prabhupada had a conversation with him because he noticed that the man had some beads in his hand. And he asked, oh, look, Prabhupada said, we have beads also like this. And he said, what do you do with those beads? Prabhupada said, we chant the names of God on these beads. What do you do? And he said, well, I just finger them. I don't do anything. They're sometimes called worry beads. People just hold them and go like this. And then Prabhupada, over the next 2 days, instructed the man about chanting the names of Allah, and also told him about the names of Krishna, and how there's all potency when you say the names of God, and that you can use your beads like as prayer. And that also, Prabhupada said, we keep ours in a bag because they're so sacred that we don't want to show them to the world. We keep them hidden because they're so special. And in this, we can learn also that, in some cultures that start off chanting or doing some practice, and after a while, people forget what it's for. And then after a while, they just hold the thing, and it's like, what are you doing? Nothing really. It's just worry beads. But we have to constantly get instruction from the parampara. So, for instance, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu passed down the instruction that he got from his spiritual master, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama Eva Kevalam, Kalaunasteva Nasteva Nasteva Gatiranyata, that in the Kali Yuga, the only way to become spiritually surcharged is through chanting the holy names of the Lord. And also, there's a specific method through the tradition of chanting on the beads and sitting and listening again and again to one's own vocal cords, making this vibration of the Hare Krishna mantra. And from that, one can attain everything. All progress is there. It's easy enough through the influence of the external energy to forget. And over 1 day, 2 days, 3 weeks, 5 weeks, a few months, then one might think, oh, what is this chanting? It's just beads anyway. And there's so many important things I have to do. Instead, I have to finish my this and my that. You can fill in all the blanks. And this is the influence of the external energy. So we have to take strength from Lord Balaram. Part of spiritual strength is to have the enthusiasm and the remembrance, which perhaps precedes the enthusiasm, to take our beads every day and make a valiant effort against the strong waves of Maya to fully take the names of Krishna. And one other point is that it's not insignificant. If we give our attention to the chanting, in the story of Balaram killing Dhenukasura and Krishna killing all the other ass demons, after this pastime in the Bhagavatam, Krishna, Balaram, and all their friends and cows are entering back into the Vrindavan village. And it's noted there that the gopis are watching them come into the city and their eyes are all on Krishna, like bees, like going to a flower. But the description there is that Krishna accepted their glance as an offering. And they were saying, were the gopis in their when they glanced at him shyly, albeit very shyly, they glanced at him, that this is all we have to offer. We don't have anything else in our home, and we can't go anywhere. We're restricted, but what we have is our glance that we can offer you. And so Krishna took that as the greatest offering, that they wanted to look at him, and he reciprocated by giving his glance back. And what's in Krishna's glance? Everything. So in Japa, we have the same opportunity that the residents of Vrindavan had. It's a Vrindavan pastime, actually, chanting Krishna's names. Rama, Rama, Mahabaho. The cowherd boys chant it. And so when we chant Japa, if we give our glance to the holy name, that's the best offering. And Krishna will glance back at us. And that's where our spiritual strength comes from, is when there's a reciprocation as we give ourselves to the holy name. And then Krishna, again, he reciprocates with us. And then we'll feel that, yes, now I'm in the flow of the spiritual energy. And we'll know it for ourselves. Nobody has to come in and give us a certificate. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai, Shri Baladev Purnim ki jai, Gaur Premanande Haribo.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare
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 Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram
Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Ram, Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Rama, Rama Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Ram
Rama,
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Rama Rama,
Ram
Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Rama Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Hare
Ram,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Rama Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Rama
Ram
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram
Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram
Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
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 Ram,
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Rama, Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Ram, Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram
Rama
Ram,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram
Hare
Ram,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Rama,
Ram
Rama
Ram,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Ram,
Rama, Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Ram
Rama, Hare
Ram,
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Ram Ram Ram, Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Ram, Ram Ram, Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare
So
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Ram.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram,
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. We have a few minutes left, so we'll take some reflections and realizations. Go right ahead. Prabhu.
I really like the point when you said about how we can give our attention to Krishna and then Krishna reciprocates. So that was inspiring. Thank you, Prabhu.
It's the main thing we have to offer. So we're helpless otherwise. We don't have anything else. But if we use our free will to give attention to Krishna, especially his holy names as authorized, then that's where all spiritual advancement comes from.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. So Maharaj, when you were mentioning about glancing on Krishna, putting a glance on Krishna, I was just thinking that different devotees at different levels of consciousness glance on Krishna in a different way. And what is the way I could glance? And then Srila Prabhupada's words that hear the holy name is, our spiritual progress is dependent upon hearing the holy name. So that's like, at my level, I was able to hear what I was chanting, and then slowly it opened up. So thank you, Maharaj.
Joy. That's a flute song of Sri Krishna. Prabhupada says the holy name. So we're actually entering into the spiritual world by listening carefully. There's no difference between Krishna and his name or his flute. Any other thoughts? Yes.
I like the point you made about the Muslim man with his worry beads, and I was thinking that actually even he wasn't chanting, he was just fingering the beads, as you said, but we can also be like that with our Japa beads, even though we're chanting the holy name. If we're not focused and on the hearing and hearing the name and focused like that, it's almost the same thing as just worry beads, because your mind is elsewhere.
Yeah. Hansapriya, right behind you. Yeah, there's whole philosophies that deny the personality of Godhead, systematically deny. And this is all the products of ignorance, just forgetting the holy name. Hansapriya.
Actually, Mother Nirkula's realization reminded me that when I have a stressful day at work, now we don't drive, but all my hands wants to do is to find my beads and put my hand into it. So it's just the chanting that gives that experience that releases all the anxiety. So it's just, it's not a second nature, but it's just a child wants to hold mother's hand. It's a similarly, the Japa bead kind of, it just gives you that comfort. So
That's a good place to find one's comfort zone, is taking shelter of the beads.
Prabhu, I also like the point that you mentioned about the glance, the gopis glance at Krishna. And I like the point that you mentioned that that's all they could offer at the moment, is their glance. And I was thinking that at every moment we have something to offer to Krishna. Maybe that's all we could do at that moment. So if we have that consciousness that at this moment, what can I offer Krishna? So sometimes we may be cooking, sometimes we may be doing something else, but sometimes we could only offer the attention during chanting. So thank you so much, Prabhu, for that.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. I was just thinking that every day, one day when I do a better quality chanting, the next day also it gets better. But if there's one day when I'm just totally distracted, I just feel that every day is like a stepping stone to the next day as far as the quality goes. There are times when I just drop completely down and then I have to work back again. I just feel that this goes on and on. I just go down and then try to get up, go down, try to get up. So I was just thinking that it's so important that you do not lose the quality of your chanting even one day, because it's like starting over again. Thank you.
Yeah, and when we hear about the importance of it, then we can organize around that principle. Just like those who are in any discipline, they put all the implements that they need around them. They change the order of their living space, and they change their schedule. Everything, like people getting ready for the Olympics, they get up at 3 a.m. and then they go for their workouts early in the morning, and they take away all the food, like the cereals and things like that. They're out of the house. So the idea is to organize everything so that that's our main focus. Everything's there. One more we have time for. And in the glance of Krishna, we know the whole creation starts just by him looking. And suddenly, how does that happen? But if you can see the example of the sun, what is sunshine anyway? Of course, yat chaksharesha savita sakala grahanam raja samasta suramutirashesha teja. It's Krishna's eye. He's glancing. And someone would say, well, it's just ordinary. What's ordinary about sunshine? It comes down and it touches anything, and then it comes to life. And you think that's mysterious. Well, so is everything about the creation. Krishna, Mahavishnu, looks over and just glances. Just like the sunshine, all the plants come out. So then all living entities become inspired, enlivened, impregnated in the material nature, and everything happens. And so this is why it's emphasized, just getting this glance of Krishna in bhakti by refining our sense of devotion to him and giving him our full attention to start with. And then everything else comes from that. Okay, we have one last one. Actually, we're late. Go ahead.
I at the start you mentioned about the spiritual strength we get at the time of death. We need spiritual strength to remember Krishna, and we get it from Lord Balaram. So I really like that point.
Yes, we'll talk more about that in the Bhagavatam class.